Hello, everyone. We are back with another weekend overall stock market update. I do have one new swing trade idea for everyone at the end of the video lesson, but let's take a look at where we stand right now in this market. And basically, we just continue to melt up. I'm telling you guys, it's extremely impressive. Once you start seeing the time segment volume print more red than green, and even with our tickets indicator getting weak right here, it's very impressive that you only pull back to the 21 EMA, retest it, and then you just wedge higher. Now, the problem is I keep looking for that ideal setup, i.e., the indices, this index, the SPY, any of them, go below the 50. This indicator is above zero. Buy stop above the 50. Get long in size. It just is not happening as we just continue to melt up. So as long as that's happening, just continue to go with the swing trades, continue to go with the long-term portfolio, quarterly portfolios, longer term ideas while we wait for those ideal setups. I've had a couple of really, really, really great, not great, grade A though, setups, but they are not exploding higher like they should. They are chopping around, shaking me out a little bit, and then they make that explosive move higher, which is different than before. But I'm going to show you guys. I still think that we have a 1994, 1995-ish like playbook. If that is the case, we are freshly breaking out. And let me just show you that on the SPY. So I want to show you all the indices because we've got a re-leadership again in the QQQ. This is the daily chart of the QQQ. And once again, this thing has been throwing up some negative divergences ever since December, trying to show you that it wants to weaken. But what does price keep doing? Just keeps rallying. And once again on the QQQ, can't get that dip below the 50 for a buy back above the 50 now that this indicator is above zero. Maybe it'll happen in time, but maybe not. Now the IWM, this thing came oh so close. And I think even on a weekend video lesson, I went over how it came so close. Tickets indicator above zero. We get below the 50. If that would have been the case, the buy stop would have gone at the 50 around 187. We are currently at 195. So that gives you an idea of how that works. But if you look on this daily time frame, you can see that while this indicator is going lower, it's above the zero line. While this indicator is going lower, it's still finding support at the zero line. And we have a slingshot in the TTM trend momentum indicator, but we're not coming out of a squeeze. So there is no squeeze here. So it's more of just a continuation like slingshot, but everything looks fine. What I want to show you guys though, that pullback that I keep wanting, quote, quote, wishing for, quote, quote, needing, I don't think that we're going to get it if we do have a 1994, 1995 playbook, and I'll show you why. If we look, let me do a weekly here. Let me go max on this so we can hopefully get everything because I believe the SPY, I don't do any prep before I make this video, guys. Sorry. I think the SPY was trading. It sure was. So let's go back further. Yes, we got it. Perfect. So we're just going to do this time frame from 1994 to 1996. The last time the Fed hiked rates very aggressive, the market and the economy didn't really roll over. And then in April of 1995, the Fed started to cut rates. You will see before they started to cut rates, the market had already broken out to new highs. I'd say 2 months earlier, the Fed cuts rates, and then look at what this market does. Now, this is back in 1995 to 1996. It just melts up higher. Your first pullback doesn't come until January of 1996. And even then, it's very minor, and you just continue higher. And as we march forward, we finally get a real dip here. Then we break out, and then we really go. So this is kind of what I'm looking for. But we should continue to expect to see this. Now, I'm going to go back and let you see what the chart looked like during this period. So you can see the consolidation. You can see the fresh breakout. You're starting to get extended here, and you're thinking, we need a pullback, right? We definitely need a pullback, right? It just never comes. We just keep melting higher and higher and higher. Actually, that was incorrect. I'm going to do this. Sorry, guys. Whenever I went like that, it kind of messed everything up. So I'd say if this is 1994, 1995, we're probably like right about here. And as you can see, we just keep melting up. We never pull. So I'm thinking probably similar situation as it was then. Back then, this time period coincides with the internet revolution. Nowadays, we have the artificial intelligence revolution. So you can see the long consolidation. We're just now starting to break out. This is very fresh. And to showcase how fresh it is, we're going to go to a monthly chart. That indicator on the bottom is just now going green on the SPY on the monthly time frame. Now, when it goes green, good things happen. When it goes red, good things can still happen when you're above the zero line. But when it goes red and stays red, you get that consolidation phase. And then it goes green again. Really good things happen for a long time. Red, you consolidate. Green, last time that happened, 2020, good things happen. We're green again. Similar situation, IWM actually went green, closed the month green, or it's going to close the month green. So we have fresh uptrend here. You can see when it's green, good things happen. Let's see if I can't go further out on this. Yeah. Green, good things happen. Red, bad things happen. Green, good things happen. Doesn't always work like that, but look at this. We've been red on this since late 2021. Any surprise that IWM hasn't done anything? Now we're going green on that indicator, and not only that, we have a slingshot. Trend momentum is about to turn higher, and we're in a squeeze. So if small caps can join this uptrend, we'll probably have a 1995 into 1996 situation on hand. The DIA, fresh breakout. That monthly indicator just turned green. Once again, green is good, red is bad or slow, green is good, over and over and over. Price is all that pays, and then once again, squeeze, slingshot, we're resolving. It's a fresh resolve. Normally takes quite a few bars before you even start to slow the trend down. So there's no reason to think that we should see a significant pullback anytime soon. I won't be looking for it. And now with our narrow leadership being in the QQQs, this currently is the relative strength leader. This is where I will be focused. Since the QQQ is our leader, this should be our focus. NASDAQ 100 related names. Gonna remind everybody, my favorite stocks in 2022 during the bear market were AVGO, Nvidia, Meta, Amazon. Once ARM went public, ARM is now one of my favorites. AMD. That didn't change just because of the 2022 bear market. So those are our focus, those kind of names for the long-term portfolios. But this evening, my swing trade idea, even though it's a 2-letter ticker, it's a NASDAQ stock, XP. Now we'll go to the daily time frame. We'll just do, I think we can go further out. Now that'll be good. 1 year. So what I see here on XP, previous uptrend, base, cup, handle. Previous uptrend, cup, handle. Now, I like to look at the higher time frames to see if we're aligned with what I'm seeing, because if I look at this monthly TSV, that's doesn't look too good to me. Tickets indicators above zero, but slightly trending lower, but at least we do have a squeeze forming right here. Earnings are about a month away, so we don't have to worry about that. So let me look at my higher time frame to see if it's leading the daily. Uptrend, green, green. Any surprise we rallied? Consolidation. Now we're red. Look what's happening down here on the weekly time frame. We're going green. The tickets indicator is above 0, trending higher. I wish we had a squeeze. We did not get a squeeze, but the momentum's higher. So we're above 0 on the weekly. We're green on this indicator. By the way, I don't need any of those indicators. I'm going to remind everybody, price is primary, moving averages and volume is secondary. Everything else, tertiary, quaternary, really doesn't affect anything. I could trade this pattern without this. We're using it as a guide to tell us the underlying strength and the structure of the setup. Weekly higher time frame, we are good. So on the daily time frame, which I can't find anymore, I got too many saved. What I see here, like I said, a previous uptrend, cup with handle. Let's get a little bit more granular on this. So as this stock consolidates, my game plan for me, starter position with the breakout over this high, secondary position over this high, full position over this high. All of these buys, I will be calculating my size from this low here, the low in the cup, or the handle, excuse me, of the cup with handle base. If we never break out above this high, or this higher high, no trigger, no trade, no losses, no gains. Capital is intact for the next trade. If it trades up and triggers through them and starts to extend higher, well then the analysis proved correct. If it doesn't, this is the hard stop. I never risk more than what I'm 100% okay losing completely on the trade if it triggers, fills, and fails immediately. That can happen. It has happened. It's extremely, extremely rare. Happens more in low quality stocks. XP is not a low quality stock. Going off memory, I believe it has a 94 composite rating. So this is a leader. It's a NASDAQ name. I like the cup with handle. You have my game plan. We shall see if it works. If it doesn't work, take the small loss. We'll move on to the next round. I think last week we had CRDO, and I cannot remember maybe PLAB off the top of my head. They initially worked, but now they're not. So guess what I did? Initially, when they worked, took some profits. Now I'm protecting my capital to make sure if things get worse. Let's pull up PLAB actually. Let's just finish it off with PLAB. So PLAB, things have completely changed. When I went long and got filled after this candle, took some profits. When it broke out over the high here, took a little bit of profits. Then I started to implement trailing sell stops on each and every down candle. Now that this candle is back into the body of this bar, 50% of my stops is here, then 25% of what's left here, and the final piece is right there. So that's kind of how I'm handling that because they were working and then they weren't working. CRDO, same similar situation. Extends, takes some profits. After this day, we have a sell stop here, sell stop here, sell stop here, sell stop here. Now we have a sell stop here. If this next candle gets within this body, whatever shares I have left, 50% of the stops will go here. I'll place then a stop here since this is a major candle. Then I'll place a stop here and the final one will go there. But that's it for this weekend, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll see all the members in the chat room on Monday. Aloha.